Are you coming into frame, Benjamin? Let's see.
I am.
Make sure there's nothing.
Are you okay with me eating on stream?
We're gonna find out.
Are we streaming now?
Well, let's see. I think we're streaming now.
We're streaming.
We're streaming. You just got some takeout food. Got some delivery. All right, let's make sure that we're actually streaming. See if people get in the chat here. But hi Ben, how are you?
Hey.
Do
we just roll straight off the bat? Do we just go straight away?
Yeah, we just go. We're going now. Okay. And also, it's already
No. Gotta do it the proper way. Hey friends.
Hey friends. The camera's there, right?
Oh no. Hey friends.
Hey friends. You're in frame.
That iPhone video earlier was so funny. Hello. Friends.
Hello, my friends. You're gonna have to see in the. They got the first time chatters in the chat. All right, we're here to hang out and me try this new Twitch streaming form with a lovely artist here, my dear friend Ben Ellis, all the way from South London. Today you did 2 shows. Well, you did 2 kind of like pop-up shows because the EP came out last week.
Yeah, so EP came out on Friday. We've done 2 little we did a show in Manchester on Sunday, and then a couple of little pop-up shows in a place called Barra Coffee in Peckham.
Yeah.
Which was really cool. It was like a completely independent Welsh coffee shop. So everything inside the cafe is Welsh. Even from the cushions to the art on the walls.
Amazing.
The coffee
amazing.
and the cheesecake. It's all Welsh.
Welsh cheesecake.
Which is really, really cool. So I was really, really happy to be able to do it here. And I'm very happy to also be on
here
stream
streaming.
with you.
Let's
with
see.
all these cool producers.
Everything's sounding all right. Heads up. Mic mono right channel. We don't want the right channel. Oh, no. Okay.
Guys, also, I hope you're okay with me eating a special spaghetti carbonara that I just ordered.
Yeah, you definitely did that. Okay. No,
Oh, is that working?
No, I gotta figure out how to put both inputs. Yeah, I know, the greatest. Let me see if I can get over to this. We're gonna get this thing sorted. I think I may have.
Well, we can always switch off and switch back on.
Yeah, of course. I thought we had this before. Yeah, you got to do.
Do you want me to just sit in the back?
No, people are gonna deal with this. People are great. Channel 1, channel 2. Is it really in the? Is it pan to the right? That's sort of annoying.
Do you want me to entertain everyone whilst you try and?
OBS has a mono option. Yes. Somebody help me figure this out. Let me see if I can actually. Oh, I see what it's doing. I think it. What if I do none? Did that work? Is it still no? Did that? There we go. There we go. Is it center now? Is it crazy loud? Is it okay?
How are we doing?
Hopefully it's not crazy loud.
I'm with Brian Wilson.
Not loud. Okay, great. Well, anyway, Ben's here. Hi, Ben.
Hi, guys.
Now we're centered, and you also just so he came straight from playing 2 promo shows, small shows today, and took an Uber straight here to the studio. It's 11 p.m. in London. 11:04 now.
So we're really grinding out. But I have also ordered an apparent carbonara of dreams.
Do you want to? Can you show them without spilling it everywhere? Will that work? Yeah, it's
carbonara of dreams. Apparently, should I stir it in or should I leave it all on the top?
Well,
that's the question.
You have a lot of smart people watching this. I bet they can give you advice.
It was called Carbonara of Dreams.
You really
which
do.
I feel like is
you like naming it that. You like saying the full name. yeah, fair enough.
But it's quite a big claim.
Yeah.
I also feel like I've had this before for some reason. But hey, what can I say? It feels like a dream.
It is a dream, and I'll do my best a host segue. It's a dream to work with you, and let's get into a song that came out on Friday, one of 2 that came out for the sort of the finishing of this deluxe version. The song "Move Honey," which it feels like everybody's favorite right now.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, It was our favorite when we were like working on it, wasn't it?
Yeah, because we had done the sort of main EP, and then this is the last two for the deluxe version. And you can do vinyl versions and all kinds of stuff, or physical copies. But yeah, so this is one of the two songs that came out on Friday to finish off the deluxe. You wrote it with Lev, James, and Ellis.
Yep.
Not to be confused with you, who are Ben Ellis, but your guitar player Ellis.
Ben Ellis, yeah.
And you guys wrote it, and then as with the rest of the songs on the EP, you guys brought it over to my studio, and you and James and I kind of jammed on it a bit. I mean, I will get into all of that, but
a really interesting way to do it, really.
Yeah, maybe we can play through it, just play through it all the way, since we don't have the same copyright restrictions.
Maybe mute my mic in case everyone whilst the song's playing, and all you can hear is.
Yeah,
I'm trying to.
What do they always say? Never eat on radio, never eat on podcasts.
I keep looking at that and then go like this and like trying to.
All right, well, don't rip off we have a short connection. All right, we're getting this sorted out. Guys. It's very loud there. All right, so I'm gonna mute the mic. I'm gonna play the song all the way through, and then we'll break it down.
Cool.
Mistakes, sitting here and counting out our mistakes. Never seen a breakup with a clean break. But you're blindfolded while I'm wide open, saying, okay, maybe we can do this your way. But everything you're saying makes my heart ache. Don't you wanna fight for this like I do? Tell me what's the move, honey? If it's never gonna work out, I've been telling you the truth, honey. But if you're packing up, I've got nothing left to lose, honey. You know all the power you've got, and you spend it like it's loose money. So what's the move? Tell me what's the move, honey? You've been putting words up in my mouth. Light a fire and burn the whole thing down. And sometimes I can only see 2 feet in front of me. It doesn't mean I don't want you to see me now. So what's the move, honey? If it's never gonna work out, I've been telling you the truth, honey. But if you're packing up, I've got nothing left to lose, honey. You know all the power you've got, and you spend it like it's loose money. So what's the move? Tell me what's the move? So what's the move, honey? If it's never gonna work out, I've been telling you the truth, honey. But if you're packing up, I've got nothing left to lose, honey. You know all the power you've got, and you spend it like it's loose money. So what's the move? Tell me what's the move? Tell me what's the move, honey? If it's never gonna work out, I've been telling you the truth, honey. But if you're packing up, oh, I've got nothing left to lose, honey. You know all the power you've got, and you spend it like it's loose money. So what's the move? Tell me what's the move, honey?
Realize it might have all been mono for y'all. How's the level there? Is it now stereo here? Is it stereo? Is the mic? The mic is. Oh, the mic, talkback mic.
Technical difficulties, eh?
Oh, I see what's happening, gentlemen. Give me 1 second. I think Oh, I've swapped them. Sorry, it's going to take me a second.
Was this when we were trying to do that?
This is, yeah. Talkback mic is now on 2. And the music should be 3 and 4. Okay, let me see. That's the talkback mic. There we go. Okay.
How are we doing?
Thank you for bearing with me, people. Okay. Talkback mic, now at a reasonable volume. Music now stereo. All right.
Let us know.
Yeah, we're would have been nice to play that all in stereo, but I'm not going to put you all through it again. You can listen to it. It's on streaming services.
Do you know what the first thing I would say about that, though?
What do you say?
Is how I think props to you and Will, because I feel like that's not mixed, is it?
Yeah, I'll say, so people were talking about the session being kind of a mess. I sent this session, but more organized with more things printed, to the co-mixer Will, who went in and really found all the space for all these instruments. There's a lot of... This was a challenging one for me to mix.
Yeah.
I spent a lot of time. We'll look into the main guitar sound, because we're trying to make it drive with just one main guitar. But it turns out it's hard to do things simply and make them impactful. But yeah, so people were talking about this session. This session is kind of a mess, but that's what I wanted to show, is more of the production session. So this is like, I went through and consolidated and colored things better and all of that before I sent it to Will. Pasta sounding good.
I'm just going to eat back here, guys.
All right, well, let's just go through it. So the main, actually, is it worth playing the demo? Just see where it started?
That would be cool, yeah.
Yeah, so I've got the demo here, which is going to go through the same mix bus, but that's not that important.
Does anyone want to sample this real quick?
All right, get away. You just hear like... I'm going to play the demo up through the first chorus, so you can hear... This is the day one demo, which you guys did quickly. Ellis came up with the guitar riff.
Yeah.
He and James quickly threw the production together, and you and Lev really anchored in on the lyrics from what I've heard from you guys.
Yeah.
And so this was basically a day one demo that then when you guys brought it over, we talked about kind of references for it. Obviously Prince, Purple Rain being a reference, and a lot of Prince records, which we can get into. The demo is much more in that kind of like Dijon sounding thing, which people will hear. So we'll play the demo. I will mute the talkback mic like an adult this time. And then we'll just we'll go from there.
High stakes, sitting here and counting out our mistakes. Never seen a breakup with a clean break. But you're blindfolded while I'm wide open saying, okay, baby, we can do this your way. But everything you're saying makes your heart ache. And don't you wanna fight for this like I do? Tell me what's the move, honey? If it's never gonna work out, I've been telling you the truth, honey. But if you pack it up, I've got nothing left to lose, honey. You know all the power you've got, and you spend it like it's loose money. So what's the move? Tell me what's the move, honey? You've been putting...
All right, so different kind of vibe. And yeah, so when we came in, it was like, I think you came in just saying like Prince references.
Yeah. I think it had come out quite Dijon-y.
Yeah.
Which was, I think, what the kind of like
vibe.
what me and Ellis were listening to when we were on the way to the session.
Yeah.
And Ellis, I remember we were staying with a good friend of ours, and like we were just in the other room, it's like, oh, let's throw something together for today. And so it kind of ended up kind of starting like that.
Yeah.
And I think the first thought that we had collectively was like, let's try and spin it in a little bit more of a Princey way. But I mean, one thing that's a really big testament to Matt as a producer and collaborator is when I first kind of started working with him, like I think I came in to you with a lot of songs and I'd be like, oh, I really love what this is. And you were like, I'd love to challenge you to find the references for these references. And so when I was essentially, you know, because I was giving him songs that had been released within the past 10 years. And I think he really challenged me to go back and really look at what made those songs great and the kind of inspiration behind that.
Yeah.
So before I went to this trip in LA, I sent Matt a playlist just full of songs, and I said, can you just send me the references for these references? So you made a long playlist that was got a lot of Springsteen in it, but a lot of Prince, and I think that Prince was kind of the person that I ended up listening to a lot.
Yeah.
And
you had a lot of sort of contemporaries, 1975 and a bunch of other things like that, which 1975 is a really interesting band because they have kind of different eras to the band, and each album is a little bit different. And so there's like Bruce Springsteen stuff, and there's NXS stuff, and like all these things from the 80s. And so it was cool to give you a playlist of things that and see what tickles you. And Prince was definitely one of them. Prince being, of course, one of the greatest ever. I went back and watched that.
Yeah, we watched the Super Bowl show.
We watched the Super Bowl halftime where he plays Purple Rain in the Rain. And just
so good.
Shreds wall to wall, all live, no track, just absolutely murdering. If you guys have never seen that, that's Prince live at the Super Bowl.
Yeah. And also a lot of like watching Tom Jones while playing chess. And
yeah, there's a lot of Tom Jones, a lot of Welsh stuff.
Yeah, but Matt has a vinyl player right by the chessboard, so we just play vinyl before the end of the sessions, and a lot of Fleetwood Mac, a lot of Prince.
Yeah. So when we came in, obviously the demo is great, and it's a great song. How do we turn it into Prince stuff? So the beginning for me was going after the Lindrum sound, which I'll just play. Let's pull out the vocals for now, and just listen to the instrumental. How's everybody doing in there? All right, I gotta unmute things, of course. So it's got this main riff that you could hear from the original. It's got a like the riff is in there, but how do we pull it into something? It's kind of a different range. So, boy, this is like the wildest guitar chain. I think you and I and James actually sat and like played it together, put you on the mic, put James and I on headphones. He had the bass, I had the guitar, and we tried it at a couple of different tempos. And I think we didn't change the key. The key was pretty locked in, but it's in C, so it's a drop C tuning.
Which has been such a pain live.
Yeah, sure.
We had to literally set up an electric guitar specifically for it. We had to get it
and tuning, it's tuned to open C. I actually could probably grab a guitar here. But what's challenging about actually is an open C with the A string dropped another whole step. So it's like dadgad, but in C, and the A string is another whole step down. So it's the 4 chord. It's like so I actually had to use a higher gauge string for my Strat, a higher gauge of strings for my Strat, so it would hold tuning. But you can see this look at this crazy chain.
Mad.
Let me see. So there's a little bit of delay. I have a little bit of a delay pedal going in.
My favorite thing about that is the tuner being like...
Yeah, the tuner's a mess. This McPree plugin by the great Audio Hertz, which I haven't updated. It's called something else now, but just adds a little kind of fuzz in there. And then there's just a large chain of things happening. So you've got the guitar rig going. Let's see. Let me just take them off one by one, if folks can listen here. So, boom, boom, boom. So. Just a little bit of volume there. I think this is just for level. I've been using RVox to just turn things up, which is, maybe not exactly what it's supposed to be used for, but there you go. A little toop on there to mellow it out. So just some verb, I think. Yeah, nothing really going on. This was a song where there was a lot of like building chains and then deleting things and then trying new things and then rendering things. So you've got a little space modulator. And then these two crazy Pro Q3s. Frankly, I don't even really know what's going on here. This is me trying to figure out how to tame mid-range frequencies, because when you start adding chorus and flanger and space modulator, you get a cool modulation, but periodically the frequencies add up and kind of go woo. And so trying to find an antidote to that while keeping that same swirly sound was really a challenge.
And also we had originally did it the octave down, didn't we? And then we were like, it's just not really working.
Oh yeah, tried an octave down, tried pitching it up, but yeah. And there's actually a track here where I basically just jammed on it for like 20 or 30 minutes once we found the tempo to kind of like lock in.
Yeah, once we finished doing the take with James, Matt and I, we'd finish the song, but James and Matt would then go on for another 5 minutes, just almost jamming to just try and find
find the groove, to find how it's all going to lock in. So that's the main guitar riff, and then it was finding with Linn drums, the very Prince sounding drums. Really simple. And there's actually some live drums from our song Still Be Friends layered on top of it. So this is without it, just the really basic. Adding extra little kick and snare. And then there's this big kick, which adds some thumpy low end without it. And with it. So. Of course, the bass, which again, it's a low C. That I did so much editing on this, like trying to be really deliberate about the all the pickups. So it's like you can hear it has all these like boom, boom. Trying to do it without the drums, so let all the syncopation happen with the bass and the guitar. Another long chain on the bass. So
it's quite like distorted, isn't it? Quite.
Yeah, and so I'm trying to actually figure out where that distortion's coming from. So let's listen to it direct. Nice and soft. Adding a bunch of mid-range.
And this is James's bass.
This is my bass.
Oh, cool.
So I went back and played it once to sort of dial in the groove. So J-bass preset on the Corey Wong. So this is the chain here. So it's got the main. I love Ableton because it's got these stacked chains. So I've got a gated. With this Nembrini PSA 1000, which is sort of like a Sans amp, but there's no Sans amp for Ableton. It's a Pro Tools native plugin, but I love that plugin. So I basically did a Sans amp thing, and the gating is just to make it not really noisy in between. And then just a little compression and some kind of little EQ boost here, and the little side chaining. Side chain to the kick drum. All right, now vocals. On the verse, vocals pretty straightforward. You have the lead vocal here. The group has just probably a little extra, a little high pass, a little boost, a little something. Because I've got 2 separate tracks for the lead vocal. Because I think that the chorus just I treated maybe slightly differently.
Someone said, is it
is
hard to come up with guitar riffs, or does it depend or even come naturally?
Well, that's a good question. I mean, you'd have to ask Ellis that because Ellis wrote this one.
Yeah.
But I think guitar riffs is like, get all the food out of your chin. Looking here, I got you this. Looking sharp. Looking sharp. I don't know, she look good for the camera.
I keep turning around again.
Yeah, squirreling it away. Yeah, I'll just say it's just like playing all the time. Playing and like there's like practicing and learning, but then there's playing in the like grand sense, which is like be playful.
Yeah.
And noodle around. You've come up with a lot of the guitar riffs on this, but like "End of Days" is another song off the.
Yeah,
EP.
that was from a lot of like Damien Rice.
Yeah.
And Dove Ellis, if you know that, he's a quite.
Yeah, and are you learning the songs? Are you learning licks from the songs, and then like how are you absorbing?
I think the thing with, I mean, I can't really speak for Ellis on Move Honey really specifically,
for
but
you, yeah.
I think for me, like, a lot of my riffs come from riffs that I learn or have learnt.
Yeah.
Like, for example, there's a really specific one on End of Days where I end the song with like an almost like arpeggio, like da-da-da-da-da thing, which is almost like something that I constantly had played because I had learnt that from like a Elliott Smith 13 cover. He did like a cover of a song that was so random. I saw it on like a TV show or something.
Yeah.
And then just became obsessed with that song. And he ends that song in that way. So I just, every time that we were just playing this thing around, I was just like, I just always finished the song because we obviously played it live together. Just ended it that way. And I think that comes into songwriting in the sense of like, you learn from what, or you like create from what you've learned.
Yeah, you build a vocabulary by learning songs, and then you learn to sort of speak in your own voice from there.
Yeah, exactly.
And the larger your vocabulary, the easier it is to sound like yourself.
Yeah, 100%. And I think that most of the riffs that I've done personally, and this might be different for other people, but for me, it's the ones where you just sit down and you're like, oh, what should we write? And then immediately you just write something and you're like, oh, that's the one. Those are the ones that, for me, have always ended up becoming songs.
Yeah.
The ones that just so naturally feel like you can write to them. That's what was so great about this song, was just like Ellis coming with that riff, and then we're sitting in the Uber on the way to the session just being like, oh yeah, really excited to write this. And then Ellis is laying in the guitar and I'm like, oh, I'm thinking about this for this song, and it just makes it flow so much better. So I think like, once you collectively as a group are like, yes, that's it. It's what comes naturally, I guess. I
also think that for me as a producer writer, when the artist comes in with a thing, it's like, I want to do this today, from a place of like excitement, it's like those are almost always the best days. I mean, you can write from absolutely nothing, but I say for whether you're an artist, whether you're a writer producer, whether you're a top liner, come in with ideas, even if you never use them. Be ready with ideas.
I think and I think one step further than that I've realised maybe in the past like month or so, is it's also coming in with the like such a naff but also kind of just like obvious thing is like with coming in with such intention of just like, oh yeah, I'm just here to write something, like not being like, oh, I need to write that hit or that song that's going to make like the next project or anything. I think I've been very critical on myself to make sure that every single session becomes the one.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, I think that if you're just going in and
which of course is impossible.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. And we've learned that time and time again. Yeah. And I think that that's kind of been the thing that I've learned the most, is just kind of being able to come into a session and just be like, should we just write this kind of song today? And then it just makes me flow so much easier if I'm just, I'm the person who's able to just take control and be like, I want to write this kind of song. And sometimes that'll be like something completely different to the ones that I've written before. But
yeah. I also think the word you used, flow, is exactly right. Like, just being in motion. I always talk about being in motion. Like, let's just start making stuff.
Yeah, you said that about Marty, didn't you? That he just kind of comes in and it's like, okay, let's go do this, let's do that. Yeah. And I think that
Marty Paramount, another great artist.
Yeah, amazing
toured with
artist.
you. I'm doing an EP with right now.
And I think that's been the thing that has carried me a lot better in, even mentally in sessions. Yeah. As of late, is kind of coming in and being like, okay, cool. Whilst I'm having a conversation with you, I'm gonna play the guitar and kind of figure out whether I want to write that kind of riff or something like that.
There is like a get to know each other thing when you first work.
For sure.
But just getting into motion as soon as possible is usually good, especially for, you and I know each other super well, and I've written a bunch of songs. It's like, let's just go. Let's just start going.
Yeah,
and also having the confidence to be like, great, we spent an hour, let's move on to something else. That's always a nice thing. All right, I was going to check out these vocals. How's everybody doing in there?
Yeah.
Hard to come with the guitar. So yeah. Oh, people are chatting. Yep. Okay. So just listen to the vocals in the verse here. I'll give folks the vocal chain. And I know obviously it went to Will for the final mix, and I know he tweaked a bit, but just to see where we started here. Of course, why would it play? I have to unmute the vocal bus. I'm a professional.
High stakes, sitting here and counting out our mistakes. Never seen a breakup with a clean break. But you're blindfolded while I'm wide open saying, okay, maybe we can do this your way. But everything you're saying makes my heart ache. Don't you want to fight for this like I do?
All right, so perfectly dry. And of course, this is not perfectly dry because it's a 67 through a UTA pre through revision F1176, maybe a little EQ on the UTA. So it's got some compression going into it already. You know all that. We did try a few mics. There's actually we used a 47 on one of them. Actually, this might have been the 47. I can't remember.
Well, we did a lot, and you found a mic that you think sounds best on my voice. I don't know what that is.
For End of Days, it ended up being a 67 on the guitar and the 47 on your vocal simultaneously. I think this was the same. Is it not the one that looks like this, but the rounder mic do we use for this song? I can't even remember, people.
Part of me thinks it is this. I'm not going to lie.
Either way, it's either a 47 or 67. Little high pass and a little juice on the high end. Some RVox.
High stakes, sitting here and counting out our mistakes. Never seen a breakup with a clean break. But you're blindfolded while I'm
super fast
wide open saying,
some Spectre.
Okay, maybe we can do
teeny
this
little boost.
Your way. But
Vice
everything you're
de-esser.
saying makes my heart ache. And don't you want to fight for this like I do?
I remember talking to, I can't remember if it was Baines or Tizio, talking about using the C800 and how all the time they have to take out this like 3 to 5K range, 4 to 6K range. So I'm often looking for that. Oh, look, you can show the picture to him.
I mean, it's a terrible quality.
Yep, that works though. That's a 40.
There's the evidence.
Well, you can't see it. Just you see
just
the ring light. Looks awful. Anyway, it's a 47.
That's puppet influence. We have a ring light.
But getting this like sort of crispy in your ear range tamed. It's always important.
High stakes, sitting here and counting out our mistakes.
It's another de-esser on here.
Never seen a breakup with a clean break.
Might have just been in the template. Oh, there's a little. It's moving a little bit.
Wide open saying.
I love this Puig tech. I mean, there's so many ways to boost high end, but there's something about what they did with this where this 16K boost is just really nice. Listen to it without it.
High stakes, sitting here and counting out our mistakes.
Now with it.
High stakes, Sitting here and counting out our mistakes.
This has a crispiness that's really
Never
nice.
seen a breakup with a clean break.
So there's another little boost of Spectre at the end. And then the vocal effect chain is this short room.
High stakes, sitting here and counting out our mistakes. Never seen a breakup with a clean break.
It's like not quite a slap, but it's not quite a full room. It's just it's an ambience that I played around with Vintage Verb and then taken off a bunch of low and taken off some of the high end too. So it's just it just puts your voice in a space. And then there's some convolution reverb with some kind of, some high passing on it. So those together.
High stakes, sitting here and counting out our mistakes. Never seen a breakup with a clean break. But you're blindfolded while I'm...
Somebody said the honk range. I think it's actually higher than the honk range. I think of the honk range as more in the like 1K range, 1 to 2, more like telephone, maybe like 900. This is more of the like, I don't know, I think of it as like the abrasive high end. All right, so there's some other stuff in the verse that comes in. There's a little guitar and keyboard like extra chordal harmonic energy.
Blindfolded while I'm
comes in right here.
wide open saying, okay, maybe we...
All these together. So it's a guitar and a Rhodes. And so that comes in at the same time as these background vocals.
Okay, your way, heartache.
You hear me say
You can
cool. Hear me say cool at the end of each one. Clicking the space bar.
You can hear my headphones as well.
Yeah, listen to these together.
But you're blindfolded while I'm wide open saying, okay, maybe we can do this your way. But everything you're saying makes my heart ache. Don't you wanna fight for this like I do? Tell me what's the move, honey, if it's never gonna work out.
All right, let's get into the vocals on this chorus. There's so many background vocals. So what's it saying? How much are you pushing the 1176 on the input? For the vocal, when tracking, I try not to do too much. I have a fair amount of confidence in my vocal chain and my kind of engineering ability. So I will push things, sometimes too much. Sometimes I get a little extra distortion and I feel like I should have left more headroom. But generally, you hear it on the lead vocal here, how much compression is on it before anything in the computer here. You can just listen to it again.
High stakes, sitting here and counting out our mistakes. Never seen a breakup with a clean break.
There might be some clip gaining in there too, but it's a decently compressed. I mean, it's not like final pop vocal in your face compression, but it's definitely not uncompressed. So I'll hit the 1176 decently hard. I don't know if that's a helpful answer because I'm not giving you numbers, but it's like you just do things, you repeat them over and over, and you start to get a sense of like, all right, how hard can I push this? And I'm starting to get a sense of your voice too. So like a lot of times when recording a new singer, someone that I don't know, like we're doing a session or I don't know their voice well, oftentimes I will be much more conservative with how hard I'm hitting like a compressor or something like that, because all of a sudden the singer might go into like a belt mode that I didn't know existed, and all of a sudden they're overloading the preamp and overloading, and all of a sudden I want that to get a good take, and I lose my ability to get that. So I'm more careful with singers and setups I don't know, but when I'm at home in LA, I have the vocal chain really dialed in, so I kind of know what I'm getting. So for the chorus on this song, all these amazing background vocals, they're a combination of a few rounds. So there's the day of, that I assume is all for you guys.
Yeah, you can still hear that quite prominently in the track.
Yeah, I mean, that's
It's
the
so
idea,
fun.
is to make it feel live and make it feel, and it's something you really push for too, because I think I gave you along the way bounces that maybe it sounded a little more gospel, and you were like, nah, I want it to sound a little more like,
In the room.
the boys in the room singing
Yeah.
singing their hearts out.
Because at the end of the day, I mean, we didn't even think that was going to be in the track. I remember we had to leave. So we were like, oh, fine, let's get to like a couple gang vocals in. And that's just all of us like gathered around.
Boy,
James's little
is
mic.
this a good time to make a very important point about making records. If you have an idea and, oh my God, somebody's got a dinner, you have to leave, do everything you can to just get that last little idea in there. Get the last little vocal, have the singer, or just do one pass of ad-libs real quick, because you may never see them again, or you may never get that moment again, or whatever the case. So even if you just have a limited amount of time and like, oh, we can just get that tomorrow, or we can, oh, it's not that big, just get it anyway.
Especially when it's a track that you're so excited about. I think maybe it's a difference in terms of if you're like, maybe this isn't the one. But when you're there and you're all just gassed,
If you know
you
it.
have to go, and you just know, you just got to be like, right, come on, please, like, let's just do like a little bit more. And I think like we had like the Uber outside, and we were all just together.
I mean, you guys did a lot of passive. So these are I think it's just the group demo, the gang vocals.
What's the move, honey? If it's never gonna work out, I've been telling you the truth, honey. But if you back it up, I got nothing left to lose, honey. You know all the power you've got, and you spend it like it's loose, honey. So what's the move? Tell me what's the move, honey.
There's so many really funny ones there that are just like, we're clearly just fucking about just for the joke.
And look, this is like a thing that I think I've run into this a lot, and I made this mistake, and I see people make this mistake all the time. People try to make the individual elements sound complete or perfect, and what you really want to do is listen to the finished product and see if it sounds great or not, because there's so many quote unquote mistakes in songs, so many things that are out of tune, so many things that are out of time, but when put together it feels exciting, or it feels emotional, or it feels uncomfortable, or whatever it is. And this is a great example of it, because there's some beautifully sung vocals, but there's also some just absolute
howlers. And that's just talking to you.
Move, honey. Gonna work out. I've been telling you the truth, honey.
shit like this.
But if you're backing up, I got nothing left to lose, honey.
But
We're
it's
just kind of wailing at
it's
times.
so awesome in context. So you get those that sound wonderful, and then you add like, these are the very precision harmonies that I think you and I did.
We're also just giggling.
Move, honey.
What's that?
We're just giggling. You know?
You guys super giggling.
We're
So
just like pissing off. It's just, I think that really makes it, honestly.
yeah, and it's what we're always, I think everybody making records in the modern era is dealing with is, how much do I utilize the tools that can make things sound perfect?
And just too perfect almost.
Yeah, so how much do you make it sound really human, and how much do you make it sound perfect? And I think we are more and more going for, let's get an amazing performance.
Yeah, I think the more and more I make records, the more I want to do like like if we ever get the chance to go back to 606, for example,
Yeah.
just set up like 4 different booths in the vocal chamber and just play the song.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, I think that's what I keep leaning to the more I make stuff, is just, I want the mistakes. I want like,
Well,
'cause I think there's a lot of mistakes in this, in a way of like, vocally, that's like a lot of the background vocals and stuff.
But it makes it sound like people in a room.
Yeah. We
Which
have
is-
it on Where She Goes, which is the first track in our EP. Dave Elitch, the drummer, is amazing. And there's a bit in him in the chorus, and he's going, and he messes up a fill, and he just goes, fuck, as he's playing the drums.
And it's just in there. It's just in there.
Great, man. It's so cool.
Okay, so checking out more of these vocals. So these are like the very clean harmonies we did. It's like I think it says, it's a low octave and a couple of harmonies.
Move, honey. if it's never gonna work out. I've been telling you the truth, honey. But if you're packing up, I've got nothing left to lose, honey.
Just very clean harmonies. Also got doubles that I think are a bit looser.
Move, honey.
Really dry.
If it's never gonna work out, I've been telling you the truth, honey.
Stacking them up here.
But if you're packing up, I've got nothing left to lose, honey. You know all the power you've got, and you spend it like it's loose money.
And then I, at the end, did like a crazy round. You could see here there's a bunch of stuff that's muted and a bunch of stuff that's chopped up and probably nudged and maybe tuned. I don't know. This is a whole gang of my vocals of different layers that I felt like weren't in the rest of it.
Move, funny. If it's never gonna work out. True, funny. Packing up. I got nothing left to lose, honey.
It's so ridiculous.
Do you know your voice sounds so much like, you know, when you do the falsetto, it sounds so much like a Bon Iver kind of. When he's doing all that stuff. But it's so funny, man. Every time we go into your backing vocals, it makes me cry.
It's so great.
Because you're doing like a.
I'm trying. Yeah, it's like an intentional. It's almost like a character of like I wanted to get that energy into it. I don't know. I'm making that hand gesture. Getting that craziness in there, because you guys had like the bro energy, and then we had like the perfection energy.
The most non-bro boys ever have the bro.
It's you know.
Yeah.
There's a little bro. There's a little bro in all of us.
There's a little bro in all of us.
So collectively, we can listen to it going in just the vocals.
Heartache. Don't you wanna fight for this like I do? Tell me what's the move, honey? If it's never gonna work out, I've been telling you the truth, honey. But if you're packing up, I've got nothing left to lose, honey. You know all the power you've got, and you spend it like it's loose money. So what's the move? Tell me what's the move, honey?
All right, so maybe we'll look at a little instrumentation from this course. By the way, if you guys have particular questions about the setup, the session, anything, just hit on the chat there. I'll just kind of go through stuff like I did last time. This is a straight bite off of the Prince setup from Purple Rain, which is this Lindrum hat with a little delay on it. So the raw sound, and I played it in so you can see it's a little behind the grid and a little uneven. And then it has this like stereo, has a slap on it. So that's just like a straight up like adding an extra hit, an unaccented hit, and then it's got this kind of off-centered, off-kilter thing. So coming behind the drums, it just comes in the chorus and maybe comes in the rest of the song too, but it feels kind of late and...
Yeah, we said a lot about that, didn't we? We said...
Yeah, making everything land behind.
So
you can see like...
Still be friends.
The bass is all, not all, a bunch of it's behind. It's played pretty live, so. Just getting things off the grid.
And that tambourine as well in the second chorus.
And James had a couple of these cool things from the demo, these like really dark crashes. Just such a cool sound. And these drum fills too. It's a bunch of kind of like dirty samples, this drum fill. Which is both the raw sample and then a chain that he had that has some like reverse reverb stuff on it. So just adds a weird effect.
I've got nothing left to lose, honey. You know all the power you've got, and you spend it like it's loose money. So what's the move? Tell me what's the move, honey?
Yeah, James is so good for his like ambience, isn't he?
What's that?
James is so good for his ambience and little
licks and
little licks and little bits that kind of stick in.
I was trying to think what else on here. Yeah, there's like a piano that comes in that's pretty low volume.
You can hear it.
Yeah, it's just kind of for like almost like warmth and space more than it is new notes or a certain part. It just lands with everything. It just makes like those the bass hits bigger and just kind of spreads everything out. Again, trying to not add too much stuff to this song and like make it busy.
I like you've got that cool bass, sort of like distorted bass intro into the chorus.
Yeah, and I think that was something, and I don't know if we can go need to dig into it, but in the day one, James did an interesting chord change in the bass, but I think he only did it once or twice, and so I just started putting it in like each transition in the song. That's when, because it's basically two chords the whole time, except when it goes to right here.
Don't you wanna fight for this like I do? Tell me what's the move, honey?
So that became like the main transition, bass swell, and I love playing a big bass. Okay. Yeah, and then I mean, there's a tambourine that comes in, there's some other stuff. I guess maybe the next thing to get to, there's also some tracks that didn't get used. There's a guitar that James played here. I think I tried it as like a high-end thing. Couldn't really get it to work, so it didn't end up there. There's always lots of little things that get played that don't get used. Maybe the next time I do this, I'll go to an earlier version of a session. You just see like half the tracks are muted. Okay. And then I want to get into my ripping solo, which I'm very proud of, which you really just pushed me on.
Yeah, I feel like I didn't give you... Where She Goes, there was a lot, wasn't there? And there was a lot of like different guitar parts that we tried, but I just said...
I did remember I did a nylon thing that I sent to you.
Oh yeah, you did.
Because I really like the No Doubt song. What's the No Doubt song? Somebody in the chat. What's the No Doubt song with the nylon string? Don't Speak, which is a song from like before you were born, from like the mid '90s. But it was a huge hit. It's a ballad, but it's like dudes in a rock band, and all of a sudden this beautiful nylon string. It's like an amazing solo in the middle of this rock song. I mean, it's a ballad, and I was just like, man, be sick to do something super random like that. And I did it, and you were like,
no,
I just kind of want Purple Rain.
Well, no, like I mean, like I think this song there's not much to this song.
Yeah.
I mean, it's 2 verses and the rest of it is choruses. Like, it's just all like that chorus. So I feel like what we needed to make sure that we did was really like level up each section.
Yeah.
I think like everything kind of needed to get bigger each time. And I think that's why we played a lot with like space and kind of building up a lot of things. Like in that second verse, like there's a massive like break where the guitar just has a little rest.
Yeah. Until
it comes back in and goes, you've been put in. Like, I think like the thing that you say quite often is like the quality of the work that you know the quality of the song. The quality of the stuff that you take out.
It's a Hemingway quote from his grandson in the foreword to one of the Hemingway short story things that I love, the anthologies, where he said, my grandfather used to say you could judge the quality of someone's writing or the writing that you're putting out by the quality of the stuff that you edited out. So if you have so much, it's like Tom Petty Wildflowers, the Rick Rubin album, which I love so much. When they released the deluxe edition, there were like 30 songs in it, and the final album only has 15. So it's like they got to the point not only going through demos and rehearsing, but they recorded 30 songs, and they were like, these are all great. Let's chop it to 15. They took out a bunch of great songs, but that's why it makes that album so classic. It's like if you actually start with lots and lots of really great stuff and then pare it down to the most bare essentials. I mean, it's so hard to do. But if you can do that, that's a good sign that what you're doing is quality. I think you're right. We did that with this song. This song really feels, treating it more like a sing-along than like a pop song. It informs, okay, cool, we're just now servicing to get back to the big part.
Yeah.
Let's not do the big part so much that it gets tiring. Let's do the big part so it feels kind of fresh each time it comes in. But let's not muck about with a whole bunch of other stuff.
Yeah, 100%. And it feels so full. It's just a lot of fun to play, isn't it? And I think that guitar solo is kind of that bit where I was like, okay, now it's time to like just go a bit mad, because it goes from that huge guitar solo and then we just completely drop it out and we really focus on the thing that makes the song so great, which is the vocals, in terms of like that background kind of sing-along aspect.
And we'll see when we get to that part too, taking out a lot of the instrumentation and adding more crazy vocals like deep in the background, so it feels even looser when things focus on it. All right. So anyway, I like this solo, and you can see I did a lot of takes of it and chopped it up. But here you go.
Interesting.
Here's the solo. We'll get into that.
So what's the move? Tell me what's the move? So what's the move, honey? If it's never gonna work out, I've been telling you the truth, honey. But if you pack it up, I've got nothing left to lose, honey. You know.
Yeah. So the solo.
I remember that demo also. You wanted to give it even more space than we gave it. I think in the day one we kind of gave it like, it came in a lot earlier, but you like let it sit a little bit longer for that fill to come in, and then the.
For when it comes back in after that. Yeah. That was another one of those decisions. I think in the demo, the breakdown was half as long for the vocals.
True.
But then having two choruses just felt. I try to, when thinking about the length of songs, like you can do lots of analysis, but I think more and more it's just like, does this feel like, do I feel myself not bobbing my head as much, or do I feel like it's losing my attention or something? I try to go off that a lot. And this song, once we allowed the breakdown to go longer and then had the big fill coming in, I didn't get tired by the end of it. And it's just like subtle changes. I don't know, guitar solo, there's a lot of chain on it. I'll play it without all the stuff so you can hear. I think there's 3 or 4 guitar pedals going in. Here's the DI of it. So it's definitely got some Boss flanger. I think it might have some Metal Zone pedal on it. Shout out Metal Zone. And then a little delay. And then boy, does it have a lot of things on it that, I guess actually no McPree, no guitar rig. Definitely trying different amps and sounds. So those aren't there. What's on the, there's no tube on it. I'm just deleting things as we go here. Let's take that out for now. Take that out. So there's a bunch more modulation after the fact. So this is Nolly. Shout out Nolly on the guitar, archetype Nolly. Reverb in the room, the Tau chorus, which is a Juno chorus emulation, which really is a nice sound. And then there's some, I guess it's just more vintage verb. Oh, they're just adding some more verb. Just more verb, more delay, more shit on it. And then a little bit of boost in the mid-range, kind of probably at the end of the process. And then the guitar goes through the whole last chorus. It just gets turned down quite a bit in Ableton. So you can see there's all these stages of when it comes in, super, super loud, and then as it gets clearer, I left it up, and then drops right in the downbeat. You get a little bit of boost when it comes back into the chorus, but then it's dropped. I think I had it louder, and you were like, "There's just too much
going on
guitar at the end."
Yeah, but how does it sound in that last bit there?
So it's me. Let's see. What are we doing here?
Are you just playing that just straight?
A lot of single notes.
It's just Matt in the room doing this.
So what's the move? Tell me what's the move? Tell me what's the move, honey?
Yeah.
If it's never gonna work out, I've been telling you the truth, honey. But if you're packing up, oh, I got nothing left to lose, honey. You're all the power you've got, and you said it like it's loose, honey.
I can just picture your face.
So what's the move?
What's that?
Tell me what's the
Picture your face.
move, honey.
Oh, I'm for sure like standing up, like
Yeah.
just
in his pants.
probably not wearing many clothes, just ripping in my living room in LA, just having the time of my life. Somebody's like, "You have permission to do a very, very poor Prince impression. Go after it."
Whoa.
Hey, it's Prince. I'm doing the respect to him. I think we did a great job,
I think we
come on,
did
it's
a great
Prince.
job.
Let's see. Oh, so I guess the last thing, some of these vocals, there's some more vocals that were added. You did a few passes toward the end of when we were cutting vocals, and maybe it was a separate day where we were trying to figure out what the ad-libs are like, because you have the kind of like classic pop ad-libs. There's a few ways to do it. You can sort of answer lyrics, or it can be more R&B where you're like singing the lead, but then you sing a longer, slightly different melody. You could do a big Katy Perry where you just go, yeah, going into the last chorus. I mean, there's like so many ways to enhance with vocals. And so we were trying to figure out what, as I recall, figure out what felt best on a song that isn't supposed to have like R&B. It's not supposed to be like a uber pop, but it's again more of that just like raw emotional male dude.
I think a lot of the songs we've kind of realized that even the EP itself has like a bit of a narrative, and I think that this song also has a narrative in itself, and it's like almost like each chorus is almost getting more and more desperate in terms of like I like to see all the songs in almost visual sense, and I think that this song has a very visual story to it, doesn't it? It's like very specific to a moment and a scenario, and I think that we've almost kind of played it, whether it's subconscious or not, in terms of a way that it just gets more and more like, well, come on, like, please, like almost begging. And I think that this is like where it gets to that point where we're just like, come on, please, I'm begging you. And I think that's what's happening with the lead.
Absolutely. And so we did that with the lead, which we'll play. And then I took a few of the other passes you did, and you can see that these only come in the last chorus. And they are, with a few little edits, just other passes of us. You were doing the singing, I was pressing record. But like, let's try, just sing the last bits, whether it's ad-lib, whether it's singing new melodies, singing this is just for layers and like expression and see what happens. And they ended up being great double layers, even though I think we just took a little bit as like an ad-lib somewhere here in the end where the lead pops out. The rest of these ended up being really nice doubles. And I don't think I guess there's a little tune on them and a little bit of processing, but not much. You can sort of hear them. Let me see. It's not. It comes in the breakdown, so you can hear the lead.
Move, honey. if it's never gonna work out. I've been telling you the truth, honey.
And then these doubles in there.
But if you pack it up, I've got nothing left to lose, honey. Oh, you know all the power you've got, and just spend it like it's loose money.
They sound kind of wacky out of context.
Tell me what's the move, tell me what's the move, honey. And if it's never gonna work out.
And I love all those little like you finish a note, but then you've overlapped the next word, so you just kind of take a break. And so when you listen to
quite
all
erratic as well, which I think is why it's
kind
of makes the but I kind of like the tune on it. To be fair, I think.
Well, and so
good.
that was always the question too: is how many of these things do we tune? How many of these things do we leave loose? I don't know if you ever heard these. These are my crazy ad libs, which I did at the end here.
I can't wait.
If it's never gonna work out.
What did you say? Can you go back?
They get crazy.
This is so Bon Iver, man.
Just like
that's hilarious.
Going crazy with it. And the idea is to just make kind of like a bed of swimming things that are somewhat in tune. And so you get a little extra energy out of it. It's the breakdown chorus, right?
If it's never gonna work out, I've been telling you the truth, honey. But if you pack it up, I've got nothing left to lose, honey. You know all the power you've got, and just spend it like it's loose money.
Yeah, huge.
So what's the move? Tell me what's the move? Tell me what's the move, honey? If it's never gonna work out, I've been telling you the truth, honey. But if you pack it up, oh, I got nothing left to lose, honey. You know all the power you've got, and you spend it like it's loose money. So what's the move? Tell me what's the move, honey?
That gives me chills myself.
That's so
just
good.
Personally, I'm like, it's just so cool.
Yeah.
Just like the back it up.
Back it up. And that was something you did on that ad lib. The pack it up was something you did on the first day.
I just kept doing it, didn't
I?
I? Yeah.
And I kept being like, there's got to be something, and you were just like, no, this is it.
Yeah.
It sounds amazing.
Yeah. I don't know if there was anything. What was interesting actually was, especially when it came to those things, you were quite insistent on going lower, because I was constantly trying to like just almost scream and get higher and higher and stuff, and you were like, can you try like your lower range?
Yeah.
And so that's why a lot of it is kind of like, it ends up not being like constantly up there. And I think there's a lot of sort of variation in the vocal, which I think is a really cool thing. So.
It's like making a vocal sound powerful and emotional without just defaulting to adding an octave or adding a third harmony or adding a fifth, without adding things above it all the time, or without having the lead take a big jump. It's such a classic and important way to make a part feel bigger, is just go up in the register and push harder. And we obviously did a lot of that in this song, but sometimes navigating the lower range, especially when talking about like complicated emotions, singing about complicated emotions, it's interesting to not just default to like, and now it's the last chorus, let's go, it's huge. You
gotta be a Jedi about it, you know.
Yeah, you gotta be a Jedi about it,
rather than going full Darth Vader and just.
You can't go full. You never go full Vader. Is that the quote? Yeah, and then there's some drum fills. We didn't have the time schedule or probably the budget to go back and do more amazing Dave Elitch drums, who did drums on the first the first 4 or 5 songs, and have key in and go to the amazing 606 studio. So we just ended up programming the drums. I know you talked about doing some live drums, and you pushed about some different fills and some things like that.
Yeah, I think I did want it to sound raw and real. I did really want that. I think, but I think we've made it work. I think like the drum solos there were really great.
Yeah, somebody was asking, and I know this was a question that came up last time. There's a Sawyer there asking, is this 100% Ableton? This one was 100% Ableton. I don't think I moved anything to Pro Tools for this. And since we didn't do live drums, I think this was all Ableton. This is the session that James did the day one, also in Ableton, and I think sent me the session. So I was actually working off his session. That's where some of these, these fills, some of these drum fills and some of the crashes are all just from his session. Same with the vocals here.
Yeah, can we hear that in the demo? That bridge section in the demo.
Mm-hmm. Let's see.
Be curious.
Where is it though? That's the question. I think
it was a bit longer.
Oh, that's the long solo.
Yeah.
So what's the move, honey? If it's never gonna work out, I've been telling you the truth, honey. But if you pack it up, I've got nothing left to lose.
Oh, you guys did a fade out.
Oh yeah.
So it goes down, the fade out.
I would still have done a fade out, to be fair.
So what's the move? Tell me what's the move? Tell me what's the move, honey? If it's never gonna work out, I've been telling you the truth.
And it's funny, when I first heard it, I was like,
but if you pack it up, I've got nothing left to lose.
I kind of felt like, I remember hearing it, I'm like, damn, this song would be so amazing if it did have a fade out, but by fading it out, you don't get the like chaotic build up emotional energy in the same way. You sort of get it and then it falls away, and it also can make the song super long if you want to get that full build up. So it just felt to me like, oh, we should just leave it like that.
I do think that was the right decision, but I mean, I want to fade out so bad in a song.
Next batch of songs.
Time. But yeah, I think.
Dude, fade outs like became out of fashion for years and years, and then I think it was Rihanna Work that has a fade out.
Does it?
Yeah, and that song, it starts so subtly and then ends with a fade out. It sort of feels like, because it's such a great song too, it just sticks in your brain like it's always playing. Like even when it fades out, you keep hearing it.
I keep doing it. So many demos recently, I've been like, hey guys, maybe we should do a
fade this out. So we got rid of the fade out and did a longer. I mean, this actually doesn't line up here. It'd be more like this because it's slightly different tempo and some things are different lengths. But took out the fade out. But yeah, this was all in Ableton. People were asking about Ableton Pro Tools, whatever, because when I did a little bit of a breakdown of Still Be Friends, I was talking about how we recorded a bunch of it in Pro Tools, recording the drums at 606 with Kian and Dave in Pro Tools. Because just Pro Tools is just a better program for handling lots of audio and being stable on that side. Ableton is a better program for fun and sort of like finger painting in the computer.
Yeah.
Like someone like Skrillex is basically making whole albums. He just uses a few other things, but just basically taking recordings of people, making them as samples, using them as samples, and then just using like Ableton stock plugins and a couple other things and just making the craziest sound design. You can just do so much with Ableton. And this song, it felt like a song, and you had sung it a bunch, and we'd sung it over a few days. I knew that I wasn't going to have to go in and do like super precision editing through all kinds of different takes. Like a lot of times, there's a few different reasons that I would use Pro Tools in a vocal session. It's certainly the most stable, but it's annoying to go back and forth between programs. I do it all the time, and so there's ways to do it. And you bounce things, and then you have to rebounce things, and you're bouncing your stems for yourself. If you can stay in one program, it's way just more comfortable. not have to go back and forth a bunch to stay in momentum. But one of the couple of the reasons I would use Pro Tools for cutting vocals, which we have done on some songs, is one, if we haven't really figured out the emotional tone, because a lot of times when you're writing a song in a day, you're oftentimes like writing a part and then you write another part and then how do these parts fit together? And okay, we should start singing this all the way through. We should start recording it. Let's hear it back. There's all these little layers to it.
Yeah. We did the Animal and End of Days on Pro Tools, didn't we?
Those were Pro Tools.
Because that was when we were doing guitar and vocal together. And
guitar and vocal
layered into
together.
The track.
Yeah.
So I think when you were doing like the more specific guitar vocal kind of songs, that's when we were put into Pro Tools, and then you would do the sort of additional stuff and in Ableton.
I'd say the other reason to use Pro Tools also is if it's a really heavy like R&B song where it needs lots of precision, because Pro Tools just has the ability to do nudging and destructive, what they call RTAS, their native thing, which is doing like destructive editing on words and things like, or you can tune a certain word, or you can DS a certain section, you can render them really quickly. So for things that are going to need a lot of editing, Pro Tools is better.
Yeah.
But for a song like this, which one, you didn't have any trouble singing it the way you wanted, because what I was going to say with writing sessions is sometimes like, oh, let's actually now try the verse at like a whisper softness, and you discover a new thing, because when you write a song in a day and have to record it, you're trying to like quickly find where the emotional core is of the song, and then the performance, and is the tempo right, and is the key right, and the more you start messing with that stuff, and the less time you have to like get a singer used to a song, because you write a song back in the day, it's like you go play it live a bunch, you rehearse it a bunch, and then you go record.
100%.
We don't have that same advantage. So Pro Tools allows me at least to do a lot more manipulation after the fact. This song, I knew we weren't going to need that because you'd already sung it a bunch, and it just came out the right way.
Yeah.
It wasn't like we messed with the key. Maybe we played with the tempo a little bit, but like and because we also like you'd written it one day, and then me and James got together, I think maybe several days after you'd written it. So you were probably already listening to it, loving it, hearing it. Then we jammed it together by basically, we just played the Lindrum kick and snare, I think, plugged in guitar. I think I already said this, but plugged in a guitar for me, bass for James, and put you on the mic. And we played it, I don't know, 6-7 times in a row. And James and I would jam after a little bit. So and I think in that we adjusted the tempo a little bit, and you were feeling out how to sing it. So once it came to actually like cutting vocals, the important stuff, we weren't experimenting that much.
Yeah, Matt's also quite a and if you're a producer, I hate you for this as much as I hate Matt, but Matt's such a like, okay, this take, I want you to sing it to that person.
Yes.
And you're like, fuck's sake.
Picture her.
And then you have to
mind.
visualize it, which was it was what it was at the time. But like for this one, I don't know if it needed that. I think there was the raw emotion was there already, I think. So I think like I don't know, I think that different songs, it pays off in different ways really, but I think this song particularly, because there's a lot of emotion in it performance wise and with the backing vocals and stuff, I think that's all it needed, was just like to just go on our own little train.
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess I don't know. See with the chat if there's anything else folks want us to cover, or anything you want to cover, anything you want to talk about. Let's talk about politics. I'm just kidding.
Which would you prefer to use / is easier to use? As someone who, as an artist, and for like, anyone's beginner, I'm always a very advocate GarageBand guy, subsequently Logic.
Yeah, the garage band to Logic, the GarageBand to Logic pipeline is a totally great one. Logic is a great program. I think if you're an artist and you want to start making your own demos, I would say Logic's probably the easiest. If you already have a Mac, you already have it.
That's the thing, because I'm absolutely no producer whatsoever, but I know my way around like vocal editing and
Yeah.
creating a demo for myself. Like I know the best way to place mics, blah blah blah, all of that stuff. And I think that is the easiest for me through Ableton and through Logic.
Yeah.
Ableton, I've tried Ableton and it just is for someone who just wants to record a song demo.
Yeah.
It's not quite.
As soon as if you were the type that was like, man, I really want to try to find the coolest groove, or you were kicking through samples a lot and you were trying to make some beats, even rudimentary, I think you would like Ableton a lot. All of these programs will do that. There are like incredible songs from all different genres made on all of these programs. So there's nothing wrong with any of them. I'm just a big fan of Ableton because it was like I started with Pro Tools and I added Ableton as like, oh my goodness, this is like the future fun program. Logic is kind of a nice middle ground in between the two of them. I think probably if I were starting from scratch right now, I'd probably tell people to use Logic. If you're just like, I want to record music, I would say start with Logic because it's easy. But boy, is Ableton fun to just like quickly manipulate stuff. Yeah. And I've found the workarounds for me and my workflow for how to use Ableton to record my vocal. I mean, so much of the skill of a producer is not necessarily being amazing playing or singing or whatever, those things help, but being able to record your playing and singing.
Yeah.
So even when you hear my like B.G. Bon Iver, like jackal wailing in the night, I know where that's going to fit in the frequency spectrum.
You know
I know where
doing.
it's going to land.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, I'm going to go out to the outer rims of tone and just go like, wow, and just see what happens. And then like, it lands really nice.
I think that's the thing that you do so good is like you're very, as a producer, quite separated from your ego. I think you're quite like.
Didn't used to be that way.
You really?
Of course. I still have tons of ego, but definitely realizing where it can, because you need an amount of ego to go, I have this idea, I'm going to obsessively go until I see it through.
For sure. And also, I think we are both, as collaborators, we will gun for the things that we
come
believe
onto
in.
the screen right here. Oh, there you are. I can see.
I'm sliding in. We gun for the things that we believe in, and we both appreciate each other's opinion when it comes to making music together. But I think that when you are making tracks, and you don't need to just do something for the sake of it sounding cool to you. You're trying to find the pockets in the sound that need something else or don't need something else.
It's a dance between making things that I think, like you have to, at least for me, like I have to make things that I think are cool sounding or like tickle my brain in some way.
Yeah.
And the question is doing that and then connecting with the artist in the room or connecting with the other people. And if you can do both of those things, then you can have a career doing this shit.
Yeah.
And it's like it's a dance of just trying to figure out how to do that. It also is helpful when I just get brought an amazing song like this.
Yeah.
Which I did not write.
But it was a good. It was so much fun. I have so much love for all the people who worked on it, and I think writing wise, it was a really good day. Just
shout out Lev. Shout out
Lev, James Ellis.
Shout out Will, co-mixed it.
Shout out Will.
Shout out the great Rory O'Flaherty, who made time for us in his busy schedule. Yeah,
that man's credits are really bonkers, and then it's just Ben Ellis. I'm like, what?
Well, it's funny because
didn't he do all of Sabrina, right?
Yeah, he's basically become. I mean, he's doing everything. He's just doing everything.
Yeah, amazing.
I think he became Jack Antonoff's main guy, and so that's how he did Please, 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 and then the Kendrick stuff. And then once he did Kendrick stuff and Sabrina stuff, then it's like everything is opened up for him. He did most recent Somber stuff and Dominic Fike and Malcolm Todd, and he's just doing cool stuff.
Yeah. He was so lovely when he was about everything that's very like nice.
Said very kind things about.
Yeah, very nice to get that from someone who doesn't need to say that kind of stuff.
The folks who may watch these know Rory well. He is a big part of the Discord community.
Oh, bro.
He's in there giving serious time to new record makers, engineers, musicians, people of all types. So everybody who might watch this knows Rory very well.
He's a master Jedi. There we go.
He's the one. And, he's he's exploded so much in his career the last couple of years, and he deserves every bit of it. Just one of the great people in this industry.
Yeah, awesome.
All right, see if there's anything else on here, and then
any final parting questions?
I don't know what a launch pad is. Master Jedi for sure. Cool. Well, that's a nice little session breakdown. Nice to have you on a stream.
Man, thank you for having me. Sorry for eating my pasta really loud.
What was it called again?
The pasta of carbonara of dreams, mate.
Carbonara of dreams, mate.
Which is hilarious. But I think I've had that before, and I've had the same reaction for it to make me buy it. So,
well, now maybe when you and Marty are here, if you guys both come here and we write next week, we can order that and go live at the same time.
Yeah. Or maybe next time I should just make a song called "The Song of Dreams," and then maybe people will be like, "Well, maybe I should listen to that."
I will tell people watching, I'm going to do a stream with Marty.
Oh, sick!
This weekend, because we have a song coming out Friday.
Oh,
She's
awesome.
Like Me is coming out Friday, so he and I will.
Amazing.
Yeah, you're my guinea pig.
Oh well, I have so much time for Marty as an artist. He's
amazing.
Amazing and a lovely dude.
Marty Paramount. So yeah, I'll come back here on Saturday at 8 p.m. London time, noon Los Angeles time, 8 p.m. London, noon LA, and do another one of these with Marty breaking down our song, which comes out Friday. Which Rory also mastered. I mixed that one, but let's see. Anything else in here? Pasta. Yes, pasta. Yeah.
Oh. Well, thank you, Sawyer.
Yeah, man. Thank you for coming on. I love you.
I love you.
It's good to see you.
It's good to see you too. We've not seen each other.
And
in a
I'm
while.
really proud of this work that we've done together. I hope people check it out, and nice to share. I know that I was doing these streams for a long time. It's nice to actually talk about production and show some things. And
yeah, it's cool to celebrate as well, because obviously it came out very recently, and I mean we've been doing this for over a year now.
Yeah.
So that's pretty bonkers that now we just have that and we can just sit and revel in it, I guess. But I'm proud of us. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of everyone.
I'm proud of everyone. All right. Appreciate you guys watching.
And I'm proud of everyone here for getting through an hour and a half of us talking.
And I'll put this up on the YouTube in the next couple of days, and maybe do an audio version as well.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Awesome. I'm so happy to be the first in real life.
The first IRL.
Live with Matt Rat.
First IRL. It's really great. All right.
Crazy.
Appreciate you guys.
Lots of love, dudes.
See you later.
Bye.